When another is lost, dare to help them find the way. When a friend falls, dare to be the first to extend your hand. When you cross paths with another, dare to make them smile. When you feel great, dare to help somebody else feel great too. When the day has ended, dare to feel as you've done your best. Dare to be the best you can be. Class of 2019, dare to be. Eagle graduates, take with you this piece of advice as well as all the lessons you have learned, and know how proud we are of each and every one of you. At this time, my voice made it. At this time, it's time to hear our kids speak, so I'm going to introduce the first of 3 speakers. I would like Miss Macy Reuter to come to the podium.
All right. I gotta find where they hid my paper. All right. Hi guys, I'm Macy. I hope you guys are having a good time so far. Mr. Broker just said a lot of thank yous. I'm gonna try to one-up him and add a couple more on. I'd like to thank you all for coming out, especially my family that came from like all over. You know who you are. And I'd also like to thank my mom and dad because that's what I do. All right, here at Eagle Academy, things are and always have been anything but traditional. From our pancake nights to our homemade dinners brought by volunteers, our weekly snack packs, or when Miss Simpson dresses up as a toilet for Halloween. You can always bet there's some fun going on. The staff here is like no other. Every teacher teaches with soul would not be here today. So I'd really like to say thank you to them. To get into this next bit, I'd like to tell you all a little story. I came to Eagle Academy from Thunder Ridge. I was failing every single one of my classes. I was fresh out of a rehab program, and I sincerely hated waking up early. That's about all the background you need to know for this one. On this particular day I went to school, I just wasn't myself. I'd gone into school and I was in a really bad mood. My first period teacher, Mr. Erickson, he was a total hippie. He had the beads hanging in the door, tapestries all over the room. It was like a rainbow in there. He was a pretty cool guy. And he always started class by blasting music, and he'd make us all stand up and dance with him. But that day I decided not to. I was just really determined to stay in a bad mood. He pulled me into his office and he said, "The grades, the crappy attitude, what's going on with you, dude?" I broke down and I started crying, and it was a whole long rant that I was going on, and somewhere in the middle he started looking for a pen and a paper, which I thought was pretty odd, but I was like, all right, we're just getting through this rant, I'm getting it out. And at the end of all this, he handed me a paper, and all it said was, "Do not let this diminish you, let it strengthen you." And from that day, things changed for me a lot. I carried that piece of paper around with me for weeks in my backpack, and every time I was upset, I'd look at it and be like, oh my God, my no, I love it. And I still failed most of my classes after that, but it's fine. You know, we got here, right? You're late, better than never. But that note was for me, but I think everyone should carry those words with them past this point. Whenever you hit rock bottom, and then whenever it feels hopeless, don't let this diminish you. Don't let it hold you down. Grow from it. Overcome the feeling of helplessness. None of us would be here today if we hadn't overcome that feeling at one point or another. Every person in this room has their story and has overcome their setbacks. I've never met such a strong group of people as I have at this school, and that's what I love about us. We all want to help people in one way or another. We all have big goals, and we all have big dreams of our future. It's a beautiful painting of hope that we've created from our bumps in the road. We have the future in our hands, and I know each and every single one of us will do something great with it. Thank you all.
Before I call our next speaker up, I would be remiss if I didn't acknowledge two of our staff members. One who's in the back booth, who I didn't see in the front row. I'd like to give a hand to Dr. Andrea, AKA Mama Reach. And I also would like to acknowledge Miss Diane Fern, our social worker who couldn't be here this evening as she's in New York celebrating a graduation of her own. I would now like to invite Mr. Ryan Herron to the podium.
All right, I want to say thank you as well to everyone for coming out tonight and making the effort to be here. I'm pretty sure we all appreciate it. And here's my speech. So after I conclude my speech, I'll actually have some special comments for some certain staff, so just hang on afterwards, please. So, life. What is it? Life is what we make it out to be, whether it's short days or long nights. Life is just a game that we play. We have to take these cards and flip them ourselves, then deal with the hands that we're dealt. I personally haven't been dealt the best hands, coming from a horrible situation where bullies kept me in what felt like a prison. I have been through the ringer and back around only to tell my story. I have been bullied since the 6th grade, and during that time, I had learned to bury my emotions to the point where I forgot I ever had them. 3 years had passed, and I started my freshman year at my previous high school. I came in hoping for a new start, but that hope had quickly died within the first day. Due to how bad the bullying was, I had fallen into a spiraling depression by the age of 16. Because of that, I regretted every day that I woke up and had reverted to suicidal tendencies. When I hit rock bottom, I started to have an internal conflict saying that I needed to change schools due to the fact that I was failing out of high school. The day that everything changed is the day that I'll never forget. That day, my brother was beaten in the parking lot across the school during lunch. I was facing felony charges and should have been arrested because I stepped in and assaulted my brother's assailant in his defense. By the time I was a junior, I had applied at DC Oaks but didn't get accepted because I couldn't pass a 7th grade math test. My case manager had mentioned Eagle Academy to me, so I gave it a shot and I got accepted almost immediately. That was when everything changed tremendously. If it wasn't for Eagle Academy, I wouldn't be able to walk this stage and speak in front of all of you tonight. When I had left my previous school, nobody had noticed I was gone, with the exception of the 3 that I had told specifically. About 2 months ago, I had stopped to visit out of boredom, and during my visit, I found out there were those certain few who had never imagined me graduating. I'm grateful for Eagle Academy because of all the accomplishments they helped me make. When I walked through the doors on the first day, they welcomed me with open arms and warm smiles. They helped me through everything and showed me how a school should really be. This school showed me where my true friends are, the ones who will never leave no matter what. They had also done the next to impossible and showed me how to trust again. Alongside of that, they helped me boost my confidence by 100%. If it wasn't for Eagle, I would never have the confidence to speak in front of a group like this. I lost where I was. There we are. And I wouldn't have met the most amazing girlfriend I've ever had. Another accomplishment Eagle has helped me is with graduation alone. I was a quarter behind and failing out of school. Both Eagle's help, I was able to catch up and graduate on time. I'm thankful for Eagle Academy because not only did they support me, give me the support and confidence I needed to turn my life around, but they also taught me how to live, laugh, love, and most importantly, trust. In conclusion, Eagle Academy showed me how to have inner peace and supported me in my times of need. Eagle Academy is a home away from home, and we are family. And now I have my special comments. Dr. Rebecca Manzanares, Assistant Principal. You were the first I talked to when I came to Eagle, and you welcomed me with a kind smile and gave me some background information on how the school works. Every day since then, you asked how I was doing and made sure everything was okay whenever something seemed wrong. Thank you. Mrs. Diane Fern, Mental Health/Counselor. Thank you for everything you have done for me and my family. I remember when I told you I wasn't able to do much for my family on Christmas. You stepped in and helped. You have always given me a safe place to talk and was always there to listen and help. Thank you. Mrs. Claudia Delgado, Security. I wish there was more to say, but all I can say is thank you for your support and life tips. Every day you welcome me to school and help me when I needed it. Thank you. Miss Lisa Jensen, Mental Health/Teacher. Thank you as well for the support you have provided alongside Miss Fern. You have always been there for me no matter what. When I took your contemporary health class, that was the first time I have ever talked about my personal life in front of a group. Thank you. Miss Tara Keene, Art Teacher. I will never forget that bouncy, energetic smile you never let go of. Your student success class is the class where I first started to gain the confidence to speak in a classroom. I will always have a part of you with me for the rest of my life, sitting right here on my left forearm. You had helped me design my Colorado tattoo, and that I will never forget. Thank you. Mrs. Lindsay Patton, English Teacher. I have had you for my advisement in a few other classes, but I'm not sure what all to say. But I do know that you care and always asked if something seemed wrong. I do also know to send off with the one question I already know the answer to. Can we have nap time? And the answer is no. Mr. Brad Marcouche, Personalized Learning/Teacher. You have always done your best to do what's right for me, even if it meant getting after me to do my work every day. You were always there, literally. I've never seen you miss a day of school. I have had you ever since my first day, and over the year and a half I've been at Eagle, I feel we've really bonded, and that's a bond I'll never let go of. Thank you for all the support you've given me. Thank you for all of the support you've given me. P.S. Don't forget you're telling me your real age and showing me your ID after this. Ms. Susan Simpson, Science Teacher. Where do I even start with you? We went from smart-mouthing each other all class period to being by each other's side. I remember the day when I was having a bad day, and during dinner I ended up punching a tree and I'd split open 2 of my knuckles. I stopped by your class and told you what had happened and that I was leaving school early. You had given me your number so I could text you when I got home and to make sure that I was safe. Thank you for everything, and so I send off with this one word, squirrel. Mr. Jeff Broker, Principal. Man, how can I ever forget my favorite drumstick? You have been by my side from start to finish, You have seen all of my high times in life and all of my low times in life. You have shown to be one of the best principals and one of the best friends I have ever had. From the principal you need to be to the roast session in Marcouche's class. Thank you, Mr. Daytona. Signed, your boy Chicken Legs. And I know that I didn't get to everyone, but I want to say thank you to all the Eagle Academy staff for the unconditional love and support you have provided for me in the short time I've been here. And I can't thank you enough. I am grateful and honored to be a part of the Eagle family.
The last of our graduate speakers this evening, Miss Rachel Weiss.
So, nearly 2 years ago, I wrote a poem called 13 Ways of Looking at Grief. I wrote it as tears obstructed my vision and my throat began to close with the pressure of living. Tonight, I am reading my rendition at arguably one of the best times of my life. And this is dedicated to my angels, Lily Carell, Hudson Thomas, Lexi Hester, Nick Bales, and Sam Davis. And I want to share with you that although tonight is an incredibly happy night, it is so hard to be up here knowing that they will never have the chance to be up here and graduate like I am doing today. So this speech is for them. This is also dedicated to those who helped me, which includes Mrs. Roybal, Mr. Martin, Jay, Miss Wicello, and Mr. Broker. So these are the 13 steps to tragedy. Step 1, you will fall. And I do not mean the type of fall obtained from a chip in the sidewalk, but the type of fall that has you spitting up blood, begging for air that will not reach your lungs. You will be thrown from thousands of feet, but life will refuse to give you a parachute. This is the beginning step, and it usually begins when you get that phone call. Step 2. You will not get up. But that's only because you found comfort on the cold, hard ground. People will shake their head at you and ask you to just get up already. So you might as well throw up a tombstone stating, "Here lies my old life." It's a lot easier than explaining yourself. You will imagine explaining how part of you was violently ripped away. And you will understand that there is no explaining it. And if you try, it will crawl up your throat and be crammed back down as depression tells you that nobody cares. Step 3, you will think. You will have plenty of time to think while your mind and body are in the realm of depression. Thoughts of why couldn't I save them creeps into your dreams. I dreamt of seeing her tie the rope and I still couldn't do anything. You will choke on your apologies and I'm still not sure if anybody will hear them. Step 4, you will destroy everything good. Basic necessities will be the hardest thing you have ever done. Going to the funeral was easy compared to taking care of yourself. I was at Lily's funeral, and the principal of my old school looked me in the eye and told me it was an accident. that she was trying to be funny or make a joke by tying the rope. My best friend's body was 10 feet away, and I was to believe that this was a joke. You will refuse to answer the phone because your ringtone will rattle its way through your brain, telling you that another loved one is dead. The supermarket across the street from their house will become a cemetery, and you won't want to visit. Simply driving down the main road 3 miles away from their house will have you begging for mercy. Step 5, you will want to die. I know I did. Step 6, you will try to die. You think you are ready to die. You will be so engulfed with depression that you forget what death does to a person. Why do you think you are where you are right now? Step 7, you will fail. Your breathing will slow, but you're still breathing. Your heart rate will spike, but it's a heartbeat nonetheless. Your ears will ring, but it means your body is still trying to protect you. Step 8, you will be numb. No more thinking about death, but also no more thinking about hope. There is nothing anymore, and somehow you live with it. Step 9, you will feel something. And this will be the scariest part. After weeks, months, or years of not singing, of not feeling a single thing, it will happen. And it will shake you to your very core. You'll see a child learning to walk, and you will feel their innocence. A bird will fly by, and you will quite literally feel their freedom. Your friend will laugh, and you will feel their happiness too. Step 10, you will laugh again. And there is no feeling guilty about that. A show will be on, and you will actually be able to laugh. You'll make a fool out of yourself in front of someone you love and laugh. Your laugh will ripple throughout the room and crash like the ocean waves. Step 11, you will reach for help. You will have to be vulnerable, but it's okay. Your hand will outstretch, and someone will be there to grab it. It doesn't matter who it is, it matters that they were there. And Mrs. Roybal was that person for me. She was there the times I cried so hard I couldn't breathe, and the times I was so numb I didn't know I was alive. And to be honest, I never thought I'd be at an alternative school. I think we all know the stigma that surrounds these schools. But to be honest, these schools save lives. Eagle Academy saved my life. And I got a $100,000 scholarship, and I would not have lived to see that if it weren't for Eagle Academy. Now, step 12. You will recover, and it will be beautiful. Your mind and body will be like spring. Your smile will bloom. Your thoughts will spread like pollen for more wonderful things to grow. Growing is a part of all of this, and you will be so happy that the ugliness of winter is over. Step 13, you will be thankful. although sometimes it will be hard to show the severity of it. I have the words to express my pain and recovery and everything in between, but I don't think I have the words to express how grateful I am for the people in front of me. So, take these words as you will. I want you to transform this into your own situation. Edit a few words, skip or repeat a few steps, or change a few names, but the end will always stay the same. We are breathing and our hearts are beating. We are alive. You are watching your loved one graduate, and you are graduating. This is honestly all a miracle within itself. So as you live your wildly different lives outside of this room, choose love, because the person next to you could be starting step one.
What do you say we hand out some diplomas? Dr. Tucker, would you please join me at the podium? Dr. Tucker, I hereby attest and confirm that the students seated on the stage have successfully completed the minimum requirements set forth by the Board of Education for Douglas County School District and are deserving of that recognition by the presentation of a high school diploma.
Thank you, Mr. Broker. How's it going, Eagle Nation? Come on, this is graduation day. How's it going, Eagle Nation? I only have one official statement to read, but I have to tell you, I am the grandson of a Baptist minister, and I have two quick things to say. Is that okay? Is that okay? All right. First and foremost, I am extremely, extremely moved. I attend about 10 to 12 graduations a year, being that of a superintendent and family members graduating, and I'm deeply moved. And I want to take this time to thank, and graduates, I want you to join me in congratulating and in thanking your parents, your friends, and support system. So please give them a round of applause, graduates. And secondly, you know, I want to say to our parents and to our great staff here at Eagle Academy, you all have really assisted some great, resilient young people to get across the finish line. So let's give them another round of applause. And now, the one official statement that I must read. On behalf of the Douglas County School District, it is my distinct honor to accept the Eagle Academy graduating class of 2019. Way to go, Eagles!
It's time for me to take a break from talking. I would like to pass the torch to Mrs. Joanne Samuel, who will read the graduate names.
Starting off with Matthew Ryan Kloss. Matt plans on owning his own business.
All right, I just want to thank my family and the teachers for all your support. Thanks again, guys.
Toby A. Cowden. Toby plans on becoming a detective.
Wow. Please stop. I'm not the first, but I didn't think I'd make it this far, and I just want to say thank you to my parents, my relatives, my closest friends, and my teachers, Mr. Broker and Miss Vans, and everyone played a huge part in this, and I couldn't have done it without you guys, so thank you so much.
Gabriel Lawrence Malcolm Cox. Gabe is joining the Marines.
I'd like to especially thank Mr. J, Miss Hayden, and most especially Mr. Broker for giving me a second chance. Semper Fi.
Jonathan Parker Coy. Jonathan plans on becoming a pilot.
I just want to thank a few specific people. First of all, my parents, Jason and Melissa Coy. They're amazing. Second of all, Miss Hayden, she gave me back music, which was something I had missed greatly. Second off, Dr. Harnett, he allowed me to push the level of thinking and discussion in his classes. And Miss Simpson for always supporting my love of science and math.
Zachary Allen Cundiff. Zach plans on becoming a horologist.
Yo, like, my hat is flopping everywhere, and this is just not going well, man. But I want to thank my family, and just, I'm here. It's, like, surprising.
Sydney Elise Davila. Sydney plans on pursuing a career in meteorology and studying music in her spare time.
Thank you so much. I'd like to thank my parents and the Eagle staff and all of my classmates here at Eagle Academy, and just thank you for making my last year of high school the best. Thank you.
Matthew Jonathan DeWeese. Matthew plans on owning his own shop.
I want to say thank you to my relatives, all that I have down south and that are here. Also my adopted family for giving me a place to stay and helping me push through and make it to school. I just want to thank y'all. Love you too, Candy. And thank y'all for being here.
Cameron John Dilport. Cameron is joining the Navy.
I just want to thank my family and all the teachers and my friends. Skylar, good to see you. Woo!
Austin Richard Dorman. Austin plans on working for himself.
I just wanted to say thank you for my supporting family that's here right now. With you guys, I wouldn't have been able to do this. I really didn't think this was going to happen, so I'm excited.
Aaron Riley Fagan. Aaron plans on working and saving up so he can purchase some property.
I want to thank my family. I really appreciate you guys. Merry Christmas.
Grace Lee Faulkner. Grace plans on becoming a successful neuropsychologist and then later in life becoming an art therapist.
Wow, I'm really nervous, so I'm just gonna say thank you.
Christopher Robin Funk. Chris plans on taking art classes at ACC.
Okay, cool. Like, thanks to my family and stuff, and everyone at Eagle and all my friends for supporting me a bunch. Yeah, thanks, Kim. All right, cool.
Jonathan David Garbrick. Jonathan plans on attending UCCS to study nursing or engineering.
I'd like to take this moment to thank my family and friends. I love you all. Senior season.
Ryan Christopher Heron. Ryan plans on moving out and working.
I just want to say thank you to my friends and family for being here tonight and for never giving up on me and always believing in me. Thank you.
Kayla Michelle Littlefield. Kayla plans on becoming an esthetician.
Hang on, give me a second. Hang on. Hi, guys. I just want to thank my mom and my dad because I wouldn't be here without them, and my best friend Taylor because she's the best, and Eagle Academy. Thank you, guys.
Connor Mitchell Manning. Connor plans to attend culinary school.
I'd like to say thank you to my friends, family, and Mama, we made it.
Elijah David Mazes. Elijah plans to get into college and get a job that he loves.
I hate to ruin this joyous moment because there must be one thing I must start with. I must start with an apology because I myself did not believe that I would actually be up here myself. It is a shocking moment, and I'm sorry to say that I actually did not expect whatsoever to actually graduate or whatsoever, thinking of stupid reasons as to why. And there's a very long list, I would have to say, that of people that I must thank, but I don't have that list with me, so I must start with the basics of all those that I know. I must thank the many, many people before Eagle who tolerated me and taught me all that I could before Eagle, and I must thank the Eagle staff for dealing with me once again and for actually being there and teaching me. I must thank my family for believing in me and the friends that also believed in me. I must also thank those that could not be here, whether they be not with us or just simply far along on some other location. And as of this moment, must say that I nearly didn't actually get here on time and was lost on the road of life. And I hope to be continuing that same journey of being lost. And I hope that many with me also continue that winding and joyous journey on the road of life. So I must thank everyone here for being here and for being willing to congratulate all my classmates with me and to be graduating this year in 2019.
Ethan Jeremiah Mullis. Ethan plans on traveling and going to college.
Sorry. What did I do? Do you want to do? Okay. Are we good? Okay.
Sorry about that. Thank you.
Grace Nicole O'Brien. Grace plans on traveling.
I just want to say thank you to my family who never gave up on me. Thank you, guys.
Victor Dwayne Padilla. Victor is joining the United States Marines.
Love you too. I just want to say thank you to my family for being the biggest support system in my life, and thank you for Eagle for helping me turn my academic life around and being there for me. Thank you.
Ryan Lance Parchman. Ryan plans on attending school and majoring in criminal justice.
Oh, there's a lot of people. I want to say thanks to my parents for supporting me through my more questionable decisions in my life, and the Eagle staff as well for believing in me when I couldn't believe in myself. So thank you.
Bryson Daniel Plack. Bryson plans on going to college.
Jesus Christ. I just want to say thank you to all my friends, family, and hey, Martin.
Macy Renee Reuter. Macy plans on becoming an addiction counselor.
I gotta stop here. I forgot about that. Just a quick thank you to my family. Again, I wouldn't here be without you guys. We got through the first one. That's what counts. I am not gonna call out anyone specific because every single one of you guys in this first row has helped me at some point or another. So thank you guys again, the staff. Thank you.
Amalia Sophia Scheibly. Amalia plans on traveling, working, and learning.
So I'm just gonna say a quick thanks to everybody in my life that helped me get here, especially my parents and theologists who took me in. So thanks.
Colton James Slensker. Colton plans on working till he's rich enough to sit on my butt all day, on his butt all day.
I would like to start off by thanking Marcouche for helping me with jobs, schoolwork, and currently getting a house. Ms. Simpson for helping me with my online classes, cracking jokes with me, dealing with my smart aleck comics during class. I would like to thank Aaron and Brad. You guys took me in when I was 15, had no legal obligation to do so, and taught me how to be a better person, taught me how to be a better man. I really appreciate that. I would like to thank Ryan Slensker, Pops. You are not my biological father, but you've been there for me since I was very little. You, even through the divorce, you still continued to be my dad. Even now, 8 years later, you're still acting like my dad, and I'm proud to have your last name. Thank you.
Kylie Cheyenne Spade. Kylie plans on becoming a veterinary cardiologist.
Well, as many of my classmates, I have been through a difficult journey with many medical issues. And without the Eagle staff, I would not be here. So thank you to every single one of you.
Oliver Sage Suarez. Oliver plans on helping people out as much as he can and taking it day by day.
Thank you so much for all being here for all of your families and friends and whoever is here on the stage. And I'd really like to thank everyone who's here for me. Thank you so much.
Catherine Elaine Thurman. Catherine plans on going to college for real estate and moving to California. Elaine.
Thank you. Thanks to all my friends and family who made it out here and helped support me to be here. Thank you guys so much. I love you.
Alejandria Ramona Trevino. Alejandria plans to be genuinely happy.
I just want to say thank you to my mom and dad for always supporting me, and thank you to all my teachers, especially Miss Roybal and Miss Hedrick. You guys really got me here, and Miss Perez, you got me here too. Mr. Martin, always making me smile, so thank you guys. Appreciate you all.
Caitlin Michelle Villanueva. Caitlin plans to be ranked a captain in the Air Force and continue a career that she enjoys.
I'd like to thank the Eagle staff and my friends in the back and then my family and to my mom and dad. Guess who did it?
Ariana Evie Vo. Ariana plans to take some time off and figure out her real passion.
I just want to thank my support systems out there. I really love you guys and I appreciate you guys.
Samuel Anthony Wallace. Sam plans on going to college, becoming a software engineer, and then world domination.
I'd like to thank every single teacher, mentor, sensei, 老师, everybody that has been an instrumental in a important step in my quest to becoming world dictator.
Kyvie Jeffrey Walsh. Kai plans on becoming a police officer.
First, I'd like to thank my beautiful girlfriend. I know she's out there somewhere. And I'd like to thank Mr. Hoagland. He's like my Eagle dad. He's been there for me for the past 3 years. He's, kept me sober and been there and harped on me every time he knew that I was a little bit intoxicated at school. And I'd like to thank all my families and my dad and my mom, and probably shouldn't have said that, but sorry.
Alexander Douglas Ward. Alex will be joining the United States Marines.
Thanks, Dad. I want to thank my mom, my dad, Tanner, Doug, Carolyn, Ken, my auntie, my grandma, and my beautiful girlfriend, Rachel. Thank you.
Rachel Lily Anna Weiss. Rachel plans on studying psychology and criminology at CSU.
I think I've said enough for one night, but I want to give thanks to my cute little grandpa right there. Will you stand up, please? We all love him. Look at him. Yeah, that's all. Thank you, everyone.
Connor Lewis Williams. Connor is joining the United States Navy.
Just want to recognize Eagle for all the positive changes they brought to my life, all my family down there for coming out, and all my friends that are here tonight and watching at home. Thank you.
Savon Robert Wilson. Savon plans to be the best he can be.
Well, if y'all know me, you know it's been a long, bumpy, not easy ride. And I just want to say thank you to the staff. Y'all been more than grateful, thankful. I don't even know, man. Y'all been great, man. Y'all been great. My family, my friends, for never letting me settle for less, never give up, keeping me to it. Hey, man, thank you for it all, man. I can't.
Gabrielle Noel Zecchino. Gabrielle plans on traveling and working.
I just want to thank
Eagle for providing me with the most love and support I've ever experienced in my life, and my family and friends for never leaving my side.
Quentin Tyler Zlot. Q plans on working full-time while figuring out school and pursuing his love of producing music.
So I just wanted to say that it's been a struggle, but I appreciate Eagle and all the staff for helping me graduate early. Thank you, guys.
I'd just like to give one more round of applause for all of our graduates tonight. And thank you, family and friends, because you are the X factor that made all this happen. Thank you. I'd like to introduce Mr. Savon Wilson for the turning of the tassels.
Hey, man, I don't know what to say, man. Let's just turn them tassels. How about it, eh?
Only Savon would spin his hat. You get creativity points, Savon. Miss Lauren Roybal, would you please honor us on the stage with the congratulations?
All right, I know they have had a lot of applause, but one more time for our grads. They deserve it. Before I officially congratulate Eagle Academy's graduating class of 2019, I'd like to take a moment of your time to walk you through a little exercise. Don't worry, I'm not going to make you talk to someone you don't know or shake hands with the person behind you. I'm not even going to make you leave your seat. In the last month or so, each and every one of you here today has stepped into my office. I have one last thing I need from you. And no, it's not one more credit or one more hour of community service. I'd like for you to close your eyes and imagine my office. The cozy lamps, the basket of fidget toys, that nice bright orange chair that I somehow ended up with in the corner. Imagine the cold feel of the pleather on your skin as you sit in that chair, and then picture the two large black wooden frames above my desk. One of the frames holds a blank white canvas, in the other, a picture of my handsome husband and our puppies. That one is for me, the other one is for you. Except it's not entirely blank. Can anyone tell me what two little words are scribbled in the bottom right-hand corner? Just breathe. I remember when I first put those pictures up when we moved into our building. I had a student come in my office and ask why I had only put one picture in one of the frames. I replied that the blank frame did not need a picture. It was hung as it was supposed to be seen. The student said, "But it's so simple. Just breathe." And at that moment, the picture had served its purpose. Because as simple as it is, just breathe is all I can ask of you today and every day from here on out. I will not ask you to go forth and be kind, or to be successful, or to be adventurous, or to be studious, or to be creative. Because the basic premise of all those requests, which I know each of you will pursue, is to just breathe. When a mom anxiously awaits the arrival of her new baby, she is coached to breathe, a breath of anticipation. And when that baby is born, the room holds their breath as they await his first, a breath of life. And when that baby turns 3 and falls off his bike and scrapes up his knee, he takes a deep breath before letting out a blood-curdling cry, a breath of pain. Then the 3-year-old, now 6, goes trick-or-treating, and the creepy old man down the street jumps out and lets out a surprise scream, a breath of fear and maybe disappointment. All he wanted, after all, was a piece of candy. At his 11th birthday, he takes in a deep breath to blow out his birthday candles, a breath of celebration. Sitting in the principal's office at 16, he's told he's going to be expelled and that he will never graduate high school. He is aware of his breathing at this point because it is all that he can focus on to keep from crying or getting angry, a breath of control. He holds his breath as the officer hands him his second MIP ticket. He turns around and punches a wall and releases that breath before it bursts inside of him, a breath of anger. Shortly after, he takes a relieved breath after attempting to take his last, a breath of a second chance. Standing in the halls at Eagle Academy on that first day, he takes a deep breath and walks into a classroom of peers he does not know and a teacher he does not yet trust, a breath of uncertainty. And as the weeks go by, the breathing goes in and out, just like that, in and out. And each moment leading up to that is just that, in and out. Life is like that. Sometimes the ins and outs are a little more labored than mindless, but they come, and they will continue to come for you. Breaths and moments are synonymous in this life. Take a deep breath. How quick was that? Even the deepest inhale and exhale was what, 4 or 5 seconds? Quick and fleeting. How many of you walked into this building tonight and thought or asked, do I really have to be here for 5 hours? Kayla. And here you are, 5-10 minutes tops from walking out those doors a free high school graduate. You'll hug your families and say thank you. You'll take pictures with the peers that took breaths right by your side. You'll hopefully stop by and tell your teachers that you loved them as much as they love you. But then you'll get in your cars and leave. And this night, which you have anticipated for years, months, and hours, will be over. Tomorrow morning, you'll wake up, as you do on the morning after your birthday, and you'll reflect on whether or not you feel any different. You won't, and you'll breathe. You'll go to your job, or you'll start college, or you'll travel, and you'll meet the person you want to marry, and you'll get that promotion. And you'll hold your breath as if to slow down those moments when your own children's breaths seem to go too fast. And you'll lose that job, and you'll wonder how to pay rent, and you'll say goodbye to that friend. And you'll hold your breath as if to slow down those moments when your own breaths seem to go too fast. But in the midst of it all, you will breathe. It is all I can ask of you. Breathing accomplishes 2 things. It gets you from one moment to the next, but it also gives you pause. So now, I ask you to pause. Breathe in the details of this moment, for it is fleeting. Feel that little leather sleeve holding your diploma in your hand. Breathe. Is it cold? Are the corners poking your hand as you grip it tight? Breathe. Feel that tassel brush against your cheek. Has it flung into your mouth about 20 times tonight as you ate, hugged your friends, and laughed? Remember that and breathe. Look down at your shoes and remember them. How do they feel? Are you in pain, ladies? Breathe. Look at the peers sitting on either side of you. Remember that they too had moments where breathing was harder than others. Breathe. Look at that front row of the audience, your teachers, who loved you, supported you, challenged you, yelled at you, and hugged you. Breathe. Now look beyond that row and find your friends and family in the audience. moms and dads, step-parents, surrogate parents, grandparents, aunts and uncles, friends, your loved ones. They breathed with you, and sometimes they breathed for you. Breathe. Now, take one more deep breath. You're almost out of here. And if you're anything like me and talking about and or being aware of your breathing makes it feel harder to breathe, I apologize, I'm almost done. But remember that moments and breaths are synonymous. All I can ask of you as you leave the eagle's nest is to just breathe. On behalf of Eagle Academy and all our Eagle family, I would like to take a breath of joy and say, congratulations, class of 2019.
Well, just as we open Eagle graduation with the voice of graduates, we will close an Eagle graduation with the voice of a graduate. Mr. Victor Padilla.
Love you too. Good evening, friends, parents, honored guests, regular guests, teachers, admin, and of course, my fellow class of 2019. As we are closing out this wonderful evening in our celebration of this big day by donning our finest wizard costumes and our rectangle hats. Let me say this to all of you again, as you will hear for the remainder of the night. Congratulations. We have finally done that one thing required of us by the government. And in so doing, we are all moving on to the next chapter of our life. We are now much less likely to be spending the rest of our lives in our parents' basements or twirling a payday loan sign in a pink gorilla costume to make rent. Now comes the point in our lives we have been preparing for the last 13 years, and for some of us, a little longer. We will now emerge into the real world like a beautiful monarch butterfly from its cocoon, or like a person stumbling from their basement after marathoning the office for the last 52 hours. We will finally have our time to make our mark. The world is our oyster, and for those with shellfish allergies should be very afraid. Today we will be entering the fable real world armed with the knowledge gained in high school to prepare us for it, like being able to divide polynumerals, analyzing 18th century poetry, identifying mitochondria, you know, things adults do in their daily lives. In the coming months, we all will be going through changes. No, not those kinds of changes again, thankfully. What I mean is each and one of us will be experiencing a change in our own daily lives of some kind. And while that's scary, it is also exciting. It is something we will all have to get used to because all things change. Remember back in fourth grade when we weren't allowed to use calculators because our fourth grade teacher told us that no one in the real world would be carrying one around in their pocket all the time? Or how we were told never to talk to people on the internet or get into a stranger's car? Well, guess what? Now we all have a button on our special pocket calculators which summons an internet stranger specifically so we can get in their car. My point is, change is happening, and if we could survive a ride in an internet stranger's car, then we can survive just about anything. While many of us are planning on attending college after we just finished paying our dues, many of us are also planning on doing other things, such as being our own entrepreneur, traveling, becoming pilots, mechanics, teachers, and many other things, as well as joining a branch of service, such as myself. With that said, many, if not all of us, will be moving away from our friends, families, and leaving behind our far too familiar Eagle Academy Eagle Academy hallways filled with smiling teachers and beloved support staff. Most of us, we will be on our own for the very first time. We will be attending new classes with new people. On a noble pursuit of knowledge, we will have to make our own decisions such as, who do I want to be? What do I stand for? Is this week old lo mein still safe to eat? We will now have to toast our own Eggo waffles, microwave our own chimichangas, and either learn how to do our own laundry or spend a lot of money on Fruit of the Loom value packs each week. Oh, and my grandma's tamales. It may be difficult sometimes, especially when your kidneys are failing after 33 consecutive top ramen dinners. But you can't give up. You will recognize these changes and embrace them, like a weird uncle at a family reunion. Not because you want to, but pretty much because it's required. As said by Charles Kettering, the world hates change, yet it is the only thing that has brought progress. But then again, the world hates neckbeards, and they have done nothing to change that. I'm not sure if that totally gets my point across, but what I'm trying to say is this: in order to grow and improve as people, we are going to have to step outside our comfort zones once in a while, whether it's meeting a new friend, learning a new subject, or trying that sketchy seafood restaurant up the street. You may recognize it when you, my bad. You may regret it when you are involuntarily purging yourself at 3 a.m. of clam chowder. But then at least you will know seafood is not your thing. Then in other instances, we will find that by changing and trying new things, we will come to understand where we fail, and more importantly, where we thrive. While change, not always comfortable, is certainly necessary for success. Class of 2019, you have now shaken Mr. Broker's hand and received your piece of paper that says you did it. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here. And many of you have already Instagram and Snapchat the occasion with a caption that sounds like it came from a Drake song. What's next? I'm excited to see how we are all going to change and what kind of things we are going to accomplish. I have personally have an unforgettable government-mandated school career, and I'm going to miss all the amazing teachers and friends I've met along the way. A weird uncle of change. A weird uncle of change is out there waiting for all of us. So let's go with open arms and give him a big hug and probably later realize he's actually a pretty cool guy. I wish all of you success. Thank you, class of 2019.
Another turning point, a fork stuck in the road. Time grabs you by the wrist, directs you where to go. So make the best of this test and don't ask why. It's not a question, but a lesson learned in time. It's something unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you had the time of your life. Take the photographs and still frames in your mind. Hang it on a shelf in good health and good time.